plane.
A South Florida woman is taking legal action after she says she spent nearly 2 weeks in mental health institutions for no legitimate reason.
She claims in a recently filed lawsuit that it was orchestrated by her own mother, and others who should have protected her failed her.
NBC6 investigative reporter Amy Viteri has her story.
So legally, I can go home.
No, you cannot.
Why?
Because you're being Baker active.
Body camera video shows the moments Broward deputies encouraged Demore Hadley to get into this pickup truck with people she says she didn't know.
I can ride with you and you guys take me?
You're going to be in handcuffs, so dog's not going to be able to come?
I don't want to be in handcuffs.
Okay.
Demore says they took her to a hospital for a mental health evaluation after this doctor signed paperwork saying she was a risk to herself.
What he told me was, we received a call from your family that you tried to OD the night before.
A doctor she says she'd never met before. And according to Demore, it's her own mother who's behind it. In this lawsuit, she claims her mother, Desiree Perez, used unlawful means to have Demore falsely detained under Florida's Baker Act and Marchman Act.
So she's the CEO of Roc Nation, a company that she owns along with Sean Carter, the famous rapper Jay-Z.
The complaint alleges a conspiracy, saying Perez used her money, power, and influence to tear apart Demore and her husband, Javon Hadley, and created an enterprise of individuals to effectuate her plot.
To essentially try to separate me from my husband and to falsely accuse him of domestic violence.
Perez has repeatedly denied these allegations in court filings.
So the videos that I just showed leading up to this with the Israeli surveillance, the thing where they taking over people's phone and surveilling it, Palantir, right, which is a company dealing with all kind of shit with their AI, but they also deal with tracking. They also deal with data analysts and data collecting, data surveillance. All of these are going to play a pivotal role when this story really breaks. This is just like a 5-minute news story. I watched the 1 hour breakdown of the lawsuit. When I say it's crazy, bro, it's fucking crazy. She's using advanced tech. So the thing with Desiree Perez is Tory Lanez, right? So this is in Florida. The person who put the congresswoman who just put the thing out to talk about free Tory Lanez and was blowing up, she's from Florida, right? She's from Florida. So they are literally probably working with Desiree Perez's daughter. They got them red-handed. I read the report. Desiree Perez ain't gonna get out of this. She's red-handed. She used her connections to get her own daughter what's that conversion? The shit that they put Britney Spears in, and what they're trying to put Justin Bieber in. A conversion, whatever that shit is, where they're basically put your ass in a mental institution, what they did to Wendy Williams, right? But she's using her connects to do some demonic shit. If she's doing it to her daughter, imagine what they was doing to frame Tory Lanez, and there's a few other people that's on Roc Nation's neck and whatnot for them doing them dirty, and she's the one behind all of this. So watch this shit unravel. She might be the topic of the next lecture, but Roc Nation is going, and unless they drop her and get her out of the way, they're all going down. Let's go a little bit deeper with it, right? We could go a little bit deeper with it. Sloan Bella said this. She exposed this a long time ago. Sloan Bella was on top of this shit. And shout out to Sloan Bella, huh? She's still out there hitting buckets. So this has far-reaching implications, right? Her daughter is on her motherfucking tail, bro. Her daughter, real quick, like her daughter, she not really close to her daughter like that, because if anybody's familiar with her story, she is a federal informant because she was the brick lady, right? She was moving bricks back in the days. She's like the, you know how they got the TV show Queen of the South and whatnot? Griselda, right? She's like a Griselda type. She was moving mad bricks. I'm talking about tons of coke. Not no regular degular. She got caught with a few baggies and no nigga. No nigga. Big work. You know what I'm talking about? She got caught with some kingpin shit and she snitched. And the daughter was raised by the grandmama. Okay? The daughter was raised by the grandmama and whatnot. Do y'all see the screen that I'm sharing? What the hell-y? My bad. Give me 1 minute. The daughter was raised by the grandmama, right? So she don't even rock with her like that off the Rippington. The daughter got a black boyfriend or a black husband, right? She's on record calling him a nigga. You know what I mean? Using the N-word type shit. And it's a bunch of shit in this law. The lawsuit is thick and it's exposing so much. So it's exposing the tactics that she used against her own blood. She's not just using regular tactics. She was able to get a hospital to quote unquote commit her daughter who don't got no mental issues. This chick bugged her daughter's bedroom, bro. It's called the Baker's Act, Florida's Baker's Act. And this is what they did to Kanye. You understand? This is what they did to Ye, bro. When they got him committed, right? When he went after Jay-Z and Beyonce and they got him renditioned and whatnot, and they said that he was crazy. How many people go missing in LA/Hollywood with the same play? This is a play that these people been using for years. You 730, you gotta get committed. Then they put you on Therazine. Then they put you on these psychotropics and whatnot, and you're never the same, right? They got people rotting right now in mental institutions because they was asking too many questions, because they knew too much. They gave motherfucking Huey P. Newton a lobotomy, bro. They gave Huey P. Newton a lobotomy. They went in his brain and whatnot. So you have people like Desiree Perez, right? You have people like, you know, these higher ups and whatnot. They have connections with the Mossad. They have connections with the small hats through their lawyers and through their agents and everything. What is the small hats? The small hats are surveillance. They will tap your phone without you knowing that they got tapped, right? They will tap your phone. They will tap your computer. They will hack all of your devices. So they're listening. They're following you. They're tracking you. They're following you. This is called gang stalking, right? So they're watching you. They're following you. They're doing all of these things. They even pulling up on cars and scaring you late at night. Yeah, Pegasus, right? That's one of the programs called Pegasus and whatnot. You feel me? Let me even play a video with Ian, my dude Ian, when he's breaking it down. But let's go through this real quick, and then I'm going to show you how there's a story right now about the Zionists and what the Israelis and how they just getting outed for this humongous quote unquote hacking software that they're using on their enemies and their quote unquote ops and whatnot. Right? So she's using her power to blackmail, not just blackmail, she's using her power to do a bunch of fuckery shit to her daughter. So if she's doing that to her daughter, chances are she's done it to somebody else before. Who is that somebody? There's so many people that got smoked for Roc Nation. One of the most visible people right now, who his father said he's going to bring Roc Nation down. And when he said it, I believed him. That is Daystar's father. That is Sunstar. That's Tory Lanez. It's over. It's just a matter of time at this point, my niggas. I'm a betting man. Don't let me. Who want to bet about $500 that by the end of the summer this shit is a wrap for them. They're gonna lose the NFL deal. That's off the rip. They're gonna lose the NFL deal. She's getting fired from Roc Nation. She's too toxic at this point. The lawsuit is too much. This ain't no regular lawsuit. They got her ass, bro. I promise you. The report, initially published by NBC South Florida, outlines accusations that Perez manipulated the system using her influence and resources. According to the lawsuit, Hadley alleges that she was institutionalized in mental health facilities for 2 weeks without clear justification. She submitted medical documentation and body camera footage that allegedly shows a mobile crisis unit instructing her to enter a gray pickup truck. A doctor later evaluated Hadley, which is her daughter. That's her daughter, right? Rosie Perez. No, not Rose. It's Rosie Perez, not Rosie Perez. Desiree Perez. Her daughter, last name is Hadley. She's married to a black man. She's on tape calling a black man a nigga with a hard R too. Matter of fact, you know what I mean? Hadley's lawsuit further accuses Perez of leveraging her wealth and status to interfere in her marriage to Javon Hadley, alleging that Perez fabricated domestic violence claims to separate the couple. In response, Perez had previously filed her own lawsuit against Javon. Allegedly, he had abused Hadley for years. Both Hadley and her husband denied the claims. So imagine your mama putting a lawsuit out on your husband saying that he abused you, and you like, how, Sway? What the hell? That nigga didn't hurt me. He ain't do nothing. She bugged. The bedroom was bugged. That's a different type of time right there. The bedroom was bugged. So whenever they smashing and whatnot, they got the tapes on that. She's basically collecting sex tapes on her daughter. What the helly? They said that this woman was wild evil. If you see how Bigfoot is moving, how Bigfoot was moving and whatnot, now you could see who was the one pulling the strings behind the motherfucking, like, I'm literally seeing how everything that people were saying is literally, can literally be true. So the daughter had to take a test where she gave him hair follicles to prove that she wasn't on drugs. She had to take a hair follicle test to prove that she don't got no drugs in her system, and then they had to let her go. Hadley was released from her mental health detention in April after Perez dismissed the case. So when the hospital called up Perez and said, yo, your daughter took a drug test and it came back clean, she went and dropped the lawsuit, right? And then they had to let her go, right? And then the daughter went and put she went ahead and got legal and put the lawsuit out on her mother. The legal battle continues to unfold, highlighting a complex and deeply personal conflict with a high-profile family, right? But we'll even take it further. I'm bringing y'all into the world of AI. Let's go to the AI. Let's go to Claude, right? Let's go to Claude and break it down with Claude, right? So here's Claude. I took the whole transcript, right, of the YouTube video. I took a whole transcript of a YouTube video that was like an hour and change long, right? And I put it in Claude and I broke it down, right? This is something that y'all should be doing with the AI to, to help you with your, especially if y'all are researchers and whatnot. This is some of the ways that you can advance your research. So here's the 10 key points of the lawsuit. And here it is, right? Can y'all see the Claude? Can y'all see my Claude? Let me see. Let me switch it up. Give me 1 minute. Boop, boop, boop. Give me 1 minute. I'll take you on a back office. Usually people wouldn't even show y'all this shit, but I'm not a gatekeeper. I want us to learn together. You feel me? I don't have nothing. I gatekeep what? What am I gatekeeping? I'm going to show y'all how to use the AI to help you with your research. So, lawsuit filed by her daughter, Demore Hadley, filed the lawsuit against her mother, Desiree Perez, which is the Roc Nation CEO, alleging false imprisonment, illegal surveillance, and harassment tactics designed to separate her from her husband, Javon. Desiree's criminal past. The lawsuit reveals Desiree Perez was a former drug trafficker, confidential informant, and convicted felon who abandoned her infant daughter to pursue criminal activities in the 1990s before becoming Roc Nation CEO. Illegal bedroom surveillance. Desiree allegedly planted cameras and listening devices in her daughter's bedroom without consent, keeping them there for years and even using footage in legal proceedings. So if there was a rough session taking place and homie was spanking it, yeah, Desiree is like, yo, you abusing my daughter. You ghetto gagging her type shit. iPhone hacking. Desiree and her Roc Nation tech team allegedly hacked Demore's iCloud account, giving them access to private messages, photos, and videos dating back to 2017. Fraudulent mental health evaluations. Desiree orchestrated multiple fake mental health evaluations, including hiring a coach specialist to pose as a Nike Academy trainer and bribing a doctor to involuntarily commit her daughter. False arrest of her husband. Desiree allegedly conspired to have Javon falsely arrested 3 times on bogus charges using fabricated evidence and police corruption to keep the couple apart. Baker Act abuse. Desiree successfully had her daughter involuntarily committed to a mental health facility under Florida's Baker Act through conspiracy with Dr. Daniel Barber, despite negative drug tests and normal evaluations. Workplace manipulation. Desiree allegedly used Roc Nation's business relationships to manipulate her daughter's employer, which was Iconic Creative, first increasing her salary, then having her fired as part of the harassment campaign. Fraudulent legal representation. Desiree hired multiple attorneys who falsely claimed to represent her daughter in legal proceedings while actually working for Desiree's interests. And that's the same thing that they did to Tory Lane. Tory Lane had to fire his lawyer because he found out that she was working with Roc Nation. Extensive stalking operation. Desiree rented a house across from her daughter's home, hired unlicensed private investigators for 24/7 surveillance, and she used GPS tracking devices to monitor the couple's movements. Now, I know that they got some spooky in-laws out there that motherfuckers can't stand because they be like, your mom's all in my business. She in my business. Tell your mama, get out my business. But nigga, this is different. This is different, bro. You said who exactly is in trouble? Was it of a sister? Desiree is in trouble. Desiree is in trouble. But Desiree is the CEO of Roc Nation. Roc Nation is in trouble. She's the CEO. When Sean Combs got in trouble, was Bad Boy Enterprises in trouble? Yes or no? When Sean Combs got into trouble, was motherfucking Bad Boy Enterprises in trouble? I would say yes. So either they have to fire her and get her the fuck up out of here to protect the NFL contract and other contracts, or all of them is done. But where Jay-Z and them come in is through Tory Lanez. This case with her daughter is only showing the character witness that she's a piece of shit. and that she's liable to do things that she's been accused of doing over the years and whatnot, people just turned a blind eye to it because they was like, not my Desiree, not my Desiree, right? Not my Desiree. Yeah, nigga, she's a monster. She's a snitch. She police. You know what I'm saying? Who came home and is using the police against her own blood. Imagine what she was doing to the enemies of the Roc Nation. They committed Kanye West. I don't care what nobody say. It goes all the way back to Ye. Their hands is in fucking up a great artist by the name of Kanye Omari West and turning him into the shit that we see nowadays. That Jay-Z and Beyonce have something to do with that. And yeah, Dame got lucky. Dame got lucky. He dodged a bullet with that one. You know what I'm talking about? And he might even have some way to prove collusion and whatnot. So if they could prove anything collusion wise where Jay-Z has done anything or anything at Roc Nation was done against Tory Lanez, and you know they digging deep right now. They on their ass. Pause. They on their ass. So this is a RICO. If you want to get specific, well, this is a RICO. And I don't think Donald Trump is gonna pardon this one. So yeah, these niggas is in hot water. Finitos. Let's watch this shit unravel, cause it ain't going nowhere. The story just broke yesterday. You know what I'm talking about? The story just broke yesterday. So the Monday is tomorrow. It's gonna grow legs and whatnot. And she's a worker. She's a piece of work, bro. Oh yeah, he did give her a pardon. My bad. This nigga Trump out here pardoning everybody. God damn it. The fuck? But yeah, I don't know if he gonna do it again. I don't know if he gonna do it again. You know what I'm saying? They might have to get that bag right. You know what I mean? This nigga Donald Trump is pardoned. You gotta cut a check for him to pardon your ass. I'm sure about that. He ain't doing no free pardons. She ain't doing no free pardons. That's money in an envelope under the table. You feel me? They putting that shit in Barron's bank account. They out here sending Barron Trump a Zelle or motherfucking Cash App, so it don't go straight to Donald, my nigga. But yeah, that shit is going to somebody's account. You know what I mean? They buying a 100 million Trump coins, nigga. They washing that money some type of way, but he's getting paid. Bet that. He's not doing nobody favors. Bet that. So we hit the 3-hour mark. We hit the 3-hour mark, and this has been a very beautiful show. It's on a Sunday, but I definitely have to get back to, I gotta actually go to an event right now, and I'm kind of late. So I want to thank everybody for pulling up on us. Melanin Monday, right? Shout out to everybody in New York. I'm gonna be in New York. We got a pop up in New York next Sunday. We got a pop up in New York next Sunday. I will keep y'all informed. If it ain't next Sunday, it'll be a Melanin Monday IRL in New York. Melanin Monday IRL in New York. I'm gonna keep y'all updated. I'm just finalizing everything. It's either a Sunday pop-up or Melanin Monday IRL. I will keep you updated. Brother, Spin City will be in Atlanta on Tuesday. We got Techno Tuesday IRL at 488 Edgewood in Atlanta. 488 Edgewood Avenue, right next to Slutty Vegans, right there on Edgewood, right near Boulevard. The doors are going to be opening up at 6 o'clock from 6 to 9. Me and Spin City will be doing Techno Tuesdays IRL. We're going to be vibe coding. We're going to be in the building. I want y'all to pull up, skirt, and rock with us. You know what I'm talking about? If you're in the A, pull up. We got merch. We got a bunch of things. We're going to be vibe coding. We're going to be giving shit out for everybody that saw the lecture and you want to tap in with that. That lecture is available at KTLUniversity.com. 8 hours. Me, Blue Pill, Dr. Wesley Muhammad, killing shit. I promise you, no lie, right? And then, of course, we going up on Stone Mountain at the end of June on the 28th. It's free, $99. The only thing that you got to pay is attention. Be there or be square. 5:44 a.m. 5:44 a.m. We're going to be meeting up at the base of the mountain, and we're going to be going up the mountain. All right, 5:44 a.m. Return to Stone Mountain. Be there. We want to see you. Okay. So with that being said, we will catch up with you. All right. Peace, love, and light.